Ladies and gentlemen, it is long since I made a lengthy post, which is basically my tradition, so to speak, vis-a-vis matters politics. Allow me to share with you what I think would evince a particular direction of reasoning, a subject dubbed the trial trees of tragedy. William Samoei Arap Ruto is not the real problem we have in this country, as witnessed in various platforms of political commentary. The seeds of the real problems which continue to puzzle this country hitherto were planted in 1964 when the first government was instituted. The first seed of corruption and land grabbing began to develop its first leaf. Many thought it would wither, but it persisted due to watering by certain powerful Kano politicians. They pruned it by all methods, and when the winds of KPU were loudly blowing, the same individuals propped the tree so that it could not be swept away by destructive winds of change. Then it grew into a big tree, and its branches were conspicuously spread. Many began to be displaced, and some resettled in different settlement schemes far away from home. Then the regional dwellers began to develop morbid sense against the brought intruders. The second seed of political dishonesty began to sprout. It developed the first bud at Limuru Conference in 1966. The KANU delegates unanimously voted to abolish the single position of the vice president of the party, and so Odinga became powerless and relinquished his position as the vice president of the nation forthwith. The bud grew into a very powerful branch on towards to the early 80s. The flowers were all over, but many were afraid to pick them up. The flowers of doom. The tree is very old today, of course 56 years old, but ever green. In fact, I see some politicians both in the government and in the opposition, if at all it exists, carrying gargantuan watering cans on their way to water the tree. The third seed, the seed of political assassination, was not left behind. It struggled through thick and thin until it emerged onto the surface. And when the sunlight hit its first leaves, it sprouted rapidly in 1969, and Tom Mboya fell down under its shadow. J.M. Kariuki followed him in 1975. The bitterness, animosity, and hate found their ways into the hearts of men from the mountain and those from the lake. Today, I see the tree beginning to wither due to the heat of handshake, but recently I checked on the roots. Their tips are well embedded in the soils, rich in mineral salts and water. In other words, this tree is what is referred to as deciduous tree. The trial tree must be cut down and their roots uprooted. Absolutely. Until this is done, we shall get deluded by the beauty of the latter days, as the ugliness of the future days awaits us patiently. Anyway, the future is still luminous. Owiti Owayo. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it is long since I